So the organization is called Global Brigades, and it's an organization that was set up by students, and it's reached out to many universities. So Binghamton University has its own chapter, but many universities are involved. Basically, the goal of the organization is to make communities in Central America, like third world countries, more sustainable.
We got involved through one of our friends who's actually on the e-board for the organization, and we also heard of other people that have done trips similar to this, so we figured why not go together and try to make a difference in a third world country, which is completely different from the lifestyle that we live here. We worked a lot with creating concrete floors, so a lot of mixing of concrete, and that was also useful in making showers and bathrooms. So there was a lot of like digging and in the hot sun, and a lot of like blocks and cementing together, so that we pretty much did those duties for 6 families over the course of our trip there.
There were like Nicaraguan people working with us on the projects, and they were just the hardest workers I've seen. When we'd mix cement, like it was very hard work. It was backbreaking labor, as they say, which I found to be very true. They would be there earlier than we were. They would work through lunch, and they would work later than we did, and they didn't stop. And that was something that was really cool to see. Just people working really hard, and they know that everything that they put into their work is helping them maybe get their next meal or support their family. It made us kind of keep going when things were getting hard. When your back hurt, when your hands hurt, you come and you see these people working 3 times the speed as you, 3 times the hours that you're working. So it kind of made you take a step back, like think, okay, like I can do this. They're doing it. Like I don't want to be lazy. I don't want to make excuses, and it just like made you and motivated you to work harder.
With that, like you had the families there, like kind of watching you, and for like a few of the houses I was at, there were like little girls from the family taking pictures of us. So just like watching them, watching us, like everyone was working their hardest, and like no one wanted to mess up these people's houses where they're gonna live for like the rest of their life. And I also think that with the language barrier, like we were still able to create like social cues and communicate with these people, despite like, I know for me, I don't speak much Spanish, but it was just kind of incredible to see the relationships that you form with these people over just a few short days.
I think the most difficult thing I encountered was just seeing how little these people had, and knowing that at home that we have so much more than them, but we still want more, or we see other people having things that we don't have, and maybe being jealous or wanting more. And the people in Nicaragua seem to be content with their lives. And at first it was hard to see just like the living conditions and like the cities and the places we drove through. That was hard because they seemed to not have much. But then when I saw how happy these people were, and how loving and caring and grateful they were, then it was kind of tough to think, okay, like why am I not like these people?
At first it was different getting used to like living their lifestyle for a week, so like taking a cold shower at first I was kind of like, oh no. But then like through like a day or two, realizing that it's really not that big of a deal and being able to adapt to it. I think more so the difficulty was like leaving the communities on the last day, like just seeing how like joyful the kids are when, and with like the simplest of things, they just find joy in pretty much just laughing at like a picture or something. And I think after seeing like how happy they were like with our presence and getting to like interact with them, it was really like difficult leaving them and the families on the last day.
My favorite part of the whole trip was getting to know everyone that we were working with, and just seeing like something like visual progress, like seeing we got there and there was our projects, it was just like a big hole in the ground or just dirt floors, and then we left and you could see, like, we made a septic tank. Like, it started just a hole in the ground, and then we made a septic tank. It was just started with flat ground, and we built latrines. Started with a dirt floor, and we built cement. So seeing the visual progress and knowing that came from, like, working with people that we didn't know before, both the people that we went on the trip with and the Nicaraguan people that we were working with, and also seeing, like, the happiness in the families when the project was done.
I've never done anything building-wise like that before, so getting to see that you, like, have a direct impact on these people's lives is pretty cool to me. And I think also getting to know more about, like, their culture. They were eager to learn about us, and we were eager to learn about, like, them and their lifestyle. So I think that was, like, an awesome experience with getting to know them and the families, and also getting to work with 27 other people who have the same goals and interests in mind for the organization. I think it's kind of like an addicting experience, which everyone who went on the trip said that, like, once you go once, you just want to keep going. And like Sharon said earlier, it's one of those things where if you can't just see from pictures, like, you have to actually be there and witness, like, what it's like. And then from there, you just want to keep going back and keep helping.
The first day, I remember being there, and again, we didn't really know each other. I knew Jocelyn, and I knew Kenny, who's our friend that's on eBoard, and I didn't really know anyone else. And I remember being like, okay, like, if this doesn't go well, like, I'll be home in a week. And then by the last day, we're all on the bus, like, singing to music, like, bonding over the music, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe that went by so quickly. Like, I wish we had more time. So I definitely will want to go back. The next trip will be next winter, and they're planning on doing a medical, dental, public health brigade. So that will involve a few days of setting up a clinic with doctors and dentists and helping people who already have problems. So we'll go there and we'll help people that are already in need of medical attention, and then on the flip side, we'll do probably 2 days of public health, which will be similar to what we just did. And we'll work on preventing health issues. So if you're watching this, you should go.